Yes, you read that title correct. We had a chimney fire 2 years ago, so clearly we are okay and there was no permanent damage. But with the season changing, I thought it would be interesting to talk about that fire since many of us have started up the wood stove again. Now, let's begin with everything was our fault and we had some bad luck. That year we had put in a new cook stove, we were living in the cabin full time, and the Tractor Supply wood stove, which was very basic and easy, was no longer serving our needs, so we upgraded to the cook stove. The new cook stove has a lot more parts and therefore has more to do to maintain proper working condition. We thought we had it all figured out, but we didn't. In our particular model, there is an extra ash bin at the bottom other than the firebox. This is because there has to be a place for the heat to go to warm the oven. I was under the impression that you can clean this out every couple of weeks and that the ash down there was very minimal. Nope, that was not the case. This bin should be cleaned out every 3 days, so this wasn't happening, and that is where it was all our fault. Now for the bad luck. It was pretty late at night. We were getting ready to go to bed, and my husband was loading the firebox for the night. Well, an odd-shaped piece of wood got stuck. We have all been there. We have tried to force a log that almost fits, and most of the time, at a perfect angle, we are successful in getting it to fit. But not this time. That piece was stuck and was soon catching fire, as wood does. All the while, the flue was still open. That ash bin I mentioned earlier, yes, the ash bin that I never cleaned out, was now blowing creosote up the chimney. The creosote, the open flue, and the wood catching quickly was the perfect concoction for a chimney fire. Within seconds, the chimney in the cabin had started to turn orange. I opened the door and my heart sank. The forest was glowing. I ran outside and I saw the flames shooting out of the chimney, not just a little bit, but like 5 feet in the air. Finally, inside, my husband was able to free that piece of wood. He threw it out the door, closed the flue, closed the damper, put on a sweatshirt, and mind you, he was just wearing boxers because, like I said, we were going to bed. Put on his muck boots and ran to the back of the house where the ladder was, and by the grace of God, already leaning on the house because earlier in the day, I was cleaning the gutters and I was too tired to put it back. There the ladder was, ready to go for him to get on the roof. Well, he went on the roof with a fire extinguisher, he blew it down the chimney, and though at this point it was almost out on its own with the flue and the damper closed. What a sight that was. My dear husband had put on my sweatshirt because it was the closest one to him, and on him it was a belly shirt. So my belly shirt, boxer wearing, muck boot stomping husband was on the roof putting out the fire. If you've ever seen our cabin, the pitch of the roof is pretty extreme, so even though he kind of looked ridiculous, I would say he was amazing for climbing that pitch in like 2 to 3 seconds max. And he was able to get up there and save our house and protect our family. All of this happened in about 2 minutes. It was that quick to start and it was that quick to put out. Thank God we had no damage, not even to the chimney. I did, however, sleep with one eye open for probably about 2 weeks straight, and I was really uneasy. So this is my story of a chimney fire that should have been prevented, and my hope is this never happens to you and it never happens to us again. We now have a chimney fire extinguisher on our mantle, and all you have to do with that is just put it in the wood box and the chemicals go up the chimney during a fire. I hope we never use it. We clean our chimney on the first of each month, and I clean the extra bin every 3 days or sooner. So this is my message to you. Take care of your chimney. Take care of your stove. Thank you so much for watching and listening to our story, and I hope you learn from it and you never make the same mistakes that we did.